you ever had the feeling that something is wrong with your reflections? As if, for a moment, it wasn't just reflecting, but watching you. Not merely mimicking your movements, but studying you like it was someone else in time. Maybe it's just a trick of the mind, or maybe not. This is Arnold's story, and if you pay attention, you might notice that something similar could be happening to you too. Anna moved into her new apartment alone on a gray Friday afternoon. It was small, old, but charming in its own way. High ceilings, big windows, and a natural light that felt like it belonged in an old movie. The kind of place artists dream of. And Anna was an artist. She painted for hours, losing track of time, immersed in colors and shapes. To her, the silence was perfect. No noisy neighbors, no cars passing by, just the gentle sound of rain, which seemed to fall constantly in that city. But there was one detail in that apartment. A mirror mounted on the bathroom wall, huge, with a Castian frame, decorated in old arabesques. It was impossible to remove. It had been installed when the building was still new, and never replaced. Anna tried to cover it with a sheet on the very first day, but every time she walked by, she felt an odd urge to look at it, and that's what she began doing without even realizing it as time passed. During the first week, everything seemed normal. She painted, slept, went out for bread and coffee. Sometimes she talked to her parents on video calls. She usually said everything was fine, but it doubled as in single quotes. In the second week, things began to change. It all started with a delay. One night, while brushing her teeth, Anna raised her head and noticed her reflection. Took a moment too long to mimic her, just milliseconds. She blamed it on exhaustion. It would pass. The next night, the delay happened again. This time, more clearly. She blinked. The reflection blinked. Afterwards, she tilted her head. The reflection seemed to hesitate. The worst came on the third night. Anna was washing her brushes, tired, when she looked up. There she was, but her reflection was smiling. A subtle, almost imperceptible smile. But it definitely wasn't how Anna felt in that moment. She was serious, but the reflection was smiling at her. She froze, stared for several seconds, tried to forget it. The smile vanished. Now everything looked normal again. Must have been my imagination, she thought, but deep down she knew it wasn't. The next morning, she covered the mirror with a thick sheet, but reflections were everywhere, in the bedroom window, in the metal spoon, by on the dark screen of the TV dot. She began to notice strange patterns, slightly delayed movements, absent smiles, cold stares, and worst of all, the constant feeling that she was being watched from inside the mirrors. One night, Anna woke up to a sharp sound, glass breaking. Her heart raced. She got out of bed slowly, bare feet touching the cold floor. The light in the living room flickered. She couldn't see her reflection. When she reached the bathroom, her blood ran cold. The mirror was uncovered, clean, unbroken, perfect. But there was no reflection. She waved her hand. Nothing. She moved closer. And then from inside the mirror, something moved. There was Anna, but not flesh and blood. Anna. It was the reflection, standing, smiling. The same smile from days ago. The reflection didn't mimic her. It was there, of its own will. It stepped forward. Anna backed away, trembling. But the reflection kept coming. One step, another, and then, as if the mirror were made of water, the reflection simply crossed through, stepped onto the cold floor, looked at her, smiled. Everything went dark. Anna tried to run, but her body wouldn't respond. She collapsed to her knees, saw the tall reflection walk past her, look around the house with curious eyes, touch the walls, smile with childlike fascination. And then, when Anna woke up, she couldn't feel her body, but she could see and hear from the outside. She was inside the mirror. Trapped, the world seemed distorted, muffled, like hearing everything through water. She screamed, but no one heard. She pounded on the glass. But the reflection, the imposter, lived normally. She wore Anna's clothes, answered video calls from her parents, smiled at the camera, and no one noticed the difference. No one except Anna, timeless, soundless, sleepless, endless. She remained trapped for days. No hunger, no thirst, just the certainty she'd never leave. Until one night, the mirror cracked again. A line spread across the glass, and through it, Anna saw something strange. Another person, not the imposter, not anyone she knew. A young girl with a sheet over her head, holding a candle. A lone dot in the bathroom of some distant place. The girl stared into the mirror. She looked hypnotized. Then her eyes widened. She saw Anna, and Anna, without knowing how, managed to move. She raised her hand. The girl did too. But outside, the imposter was already approaching. The candle fell. The image vanished. Now Anna knew. She wasn't the only one. Others were trapped in the world of reflections too. And with each new mirror, a new chance appeared. But the truth was worse than she imagined. Every reflection in the world is a door, and each door hides someone. And if you stare too long into the mirror, if you look deeply into your reflection's eyes, it might see you back, and maybe switch places with you. So next time you look in the mirror, don't smile, don't blink, don't stare for too long, because your reflection might not be on your side anymore. It might already be out here, and you in there.